Get that evil leaf out there. Evil leaf. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Good morning-ish. It's 10:45 on Friday. I'm so glad it's Friday. And I've got my war paint on. Yeah, because I'm bound and determined to have a light eating day today. A couple things. Well, I'm just having my coffee, and I had my 20 ounces of water when I woke up. A couple things, though. The grazing last night. I mean, I've got to stop it. This is what is killing me. This after dinner snack of like 4 or 5 chips or, a couple handfuls of olives. I mean, just stop it. You've eaten enough. Stop. It's kind of really ticking me off. I can't control this. Well, I can, but I'm not controlling it. So that is number 1 for me. Stop grazing. Number 2, as I was cooking last night and I was having a glass of wine, I'd read somewhere where specialty beers or like some of the craft beers or the kind of the beers that we drink sometimes have a few more calories, can have more calories than the normal just light beer, of course. Well, we know that, but I didn't know how much. So I was just curious. And I Googled one of the beers that we drink quite a bit. And I don't know if it's accurate, but several feedback sites for this beer said 350 calories for a 12-ounce beer. So that would explain a lot. Now, like I said, I don't count calories. However, I do think you need to be aware of things, like kind of have a basic idea of what's in stuff and how much it is. So 350 calories for beer is unacceptable as far as I'm concerned. Because already when I'm drinking something or when you drink something, I really think you really have to just factor everything in, because you can't just, I don't know. It's like, do I have a glass of wine or do I have a cookie? Or do I have a beer or do I have a little extra of the food that I'm eating? You really have to sacrifice if you're going to drink some. So, or I think you should factor in, and adjust if you're going to have something to drink. But 350 calories for one beer, that's not going to happen. I don't count calories, like I said, but you need to be aware. I don't think that you need to go into it blindly either. You kind of need to know what's good, what's bad. You need to know when you go get a salad, like a Cobb salad somewhere where it's got the cheese and the egg and the bacon and all that. You kind of need to know, and the creamy dressing, that's a lot of calories and a lot of fat. A lot of times more than if you'd gotten a hamburger at that place. So you just need to be aware. And boy, I wasn't. It's like the candy corn. It's one of those things where I was like, maybe it's bad, but it can't be that bad, right? Yeah, it can. So no more of that beer, which stinks because I really liked it. But there are other beers. And that's my thought for the day. And the grazing has got to stop. I am determined to have a light eating day. I need to turn this around. I will check in when I eat something. So I have my water, I have my 20 ounces of water, I've got coffee, good to go for at least another hour. Good afternoon. It's 12:10 and I'm going to eat my lunch. I had a little over a cup of this, just barely over a cup. This is a vegetable soup that I just got the recipe online, and it is so good. Highly recommend it. I will post the recipe, and it's a little, like I said, a little over a cup because I had a few bites of it already, but just a couple bites. And this is my lunch. Got a whole bunch of good stuff in it. Kale, spinach, tomatoes, potato, celery, onion, garlic. I mean, it's just really good. So I'll post the recipe. 1:30, another coffee. Woo, doggies. It's got a tiny bit of that's just hot chocolate as a creamer. Probably like 60 calories. Again, not with the calories, but just to let you know about how much I put in there. Because they don't have regular cream. So that's it. And the coffee's not good enough to drink black. There it is. Gonna get wired. Woo! Good afternoon. It's 3 o'clock and I had to pour out the rest of the bag. I picked it up. It's not quite a handful of walnuts, but you can basically just say a small handful of walnuts. So this is gonna be my snack. I'm a little hungry because I'm not eating as much today, but that's okay because I need to have a light day after all this grazing that I've been doing because I need to turn it around. I need to be determined. Also, I've had a lot of coffee. Also, tip for you all, yeah, don't paint your nails after 3 cups of coffee. You're welcome. Okay, it's 3:21 and I'm still hungry, so I'm going to go ahead and eat my a cup of acorn squash with a little bit of cinnamon, a tiny bit of butter, and stevia. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat this. I was hoping this was gonna be my dinner, but I'm hungry. 6 o'clock and I'm gonna snack on some dinner. This is from the cafeteria. There is a huge amount of chicken, tortilla chips, rice and beans. I'm not going to eat very much of it, but that's out of control. I asked them for a small portion, and this is what you get. So I'll try to give you measurements on it, but I got grilled chicken, tortilla chips, smothered it in salsa. Got some, looks like seasoned rice and refried beans and peppers and onions. So I'll try to get an accurate count on what I eat. Okay, so this is what's left, which is not much, but I gave all of my rice to this kid that's always trying to beef up. I ate like probably 3 of the corn chips. I ate probably 1/4 a cup of the refried beans, probably 4 ounces of chicken, and all of the onions and peppers and salsa. So really not terribly too much to it, but it just looked like a big pile of mush. But when I gave the rice away and I didn't eat most of the chips, it turned out to be fairly healthy, I think. So that was dinner.